I know what you're thinking. Doesn't this album come out tomorrow? Yeah, but my pre-order decided to come in today, so it's here. I got an early listen. That's right. Evanescence's new album, their first new album of new material in 10 years. I mean, Synthesis counts as studio album number 4, but when we're talking like just full straight on album with new songs that weren't remastered old songs, the bitter truth is the new Evanescence album that we have. I also got a signed booklet by Amy Lee. That'll be going in there with the signed stuff later, but I didn't have time to put it in before making this video. But anyway, let's talk about the album, shall we? It is 12 tracks long, a little bit under 48 minutes, and again, I didn't want to keep my expectations too high because it's been 10 years, and for some reason people always get their expectations like really high when a band takes more than like 6-7 years to make a record, and it's just kind of like, you know, kind of leave it until the record comes out. Well, the singles they were releasing were not necessarily very up and down to me, but other than like The Game Is Over and Wasted on You, the other songs to me were just meh. The only song I could find that I really disliked was Far From Heaven, and again, well, you guys don't know this yet, but it is one of the more, you know, piano-driven tracks with Amy Lee singing. She does a fantastic job on it, don't get me wrong, but it's kind of boring to sit through. It's the longest track, it's barely under 5 minutes. It just carries on way longer than I think it needs to, and that was the only one I really found myself disliking. Other than that, in the okay tracks, the kickoff, Artifact, The Turn, again, starts a little slow, but does bleed into the opener, which we will get to in a bit. Yeah, right, I think the chorus was fine, but for the most part, again, not one of my favorite, like, when it comes to Evanescence songs. Better Without You kind of takes you back to the older times of Evanescence, maybe of something like The Open Door. In this case, it has that sound. And Use My Voice, when it came out, I was like, you know, I feel good for Amy Lee. She's finally, you know, coming out and, you know, being political, giving her opinions when she was staying quiet because, you know, now she understands that nobody should judge her for her opinions in this case. And it's got a good meaning behind it, really nice. I think Taylor Momsen and Lizzie Hale do a good job coming in with backing vocals on here. But for the most part, again, when you talk about it being an Evanescence track, it's not on the top tier. It's just kind of like right here. It's still enjoyable though, but again, I don't know. I felt like this was just released at the time because the whole election thing was going on, and I guess that was like the perfect time to release the song, so I understand. But again, they can definitely do better in this case, which leaves the rest, the other, 7 tracks, as my favorite. Broken Pieces Shine has to be like my new favorite Evanescence song right now. I mean, I know for a while I was bopping The Game Is Over, which is another one I really, really loved, but Broken Pieces Shine, to me, it had that heavy guitar leading in, and it was just perfect to follow up this little intro that they had at the beginning. Very, very nice. It shined brightly. And then after that and The Game Is Over, we have Feeding the Dark, which I was kind of contemplating where to put it, because I was like, is it okay to me or is it good? Like, do I like it? So I had to go back and actually give that song in particular a couple more listens to really think how I felt. And, you know, I do like it. It's catchier than most of the other Evanescence songs, but I can take it, even though it may seem like radio fodder to some. Wasted on You, I don't know why people hate that so much. I guess because it starts slow, but that chorus, excellent. Excellent chorus. And then we have Take Cover, which I think is one of the more... Or no, I'm sorry, no, I was thinking of Feeding the Dark being a not really great Amy Lee vocal performance, but again, we'll talk about that. But yeah, Take Cover was nice. Part of Me and Blind Belief did a good job, especially Blind Belief, because with Evanescence, I thought they were going to finish off soft, but they didn't. They actually kind of, you know, slow build up into the song, and they did a great job just kind of ending it right then and there. But yeah, I think I did find one of the more weaker Amy Lee vocal performances on Feeding the Dark. It's still a good song, but the way she was singing on it really did kind of have me at like, she can definitely do better, but again, I wouldn't call it bad. It's just kind of like, it's there, and I guess there was just, you wanted to try something different, that's fine and that's cool, so that's what happened. So overall, I was very impressed. For it being kind of 10 years in the making, minus synthesis in between, I was just sitting there going, they still got it. Amy Lee's vocals are still A-plus material, and I feel like they haven't left. It's weird. Like, even though it's been a long time, I feel like they haven't left and they've still been around. And to me, I do believe, sorry Pretty Reckless, but this album will have to be the #1 album soon. I just have a feeling that it's going to pass the Pretty Reckless's Dead by Rock and Roll. I have that feeling. I think I called it when the Pretty Reckless album came out. I said it'll be #1 for a while, but Evanescence will swoop in and take that because Evanescence has been gone longer, so people will probably tune into that more. But yeah, the rating for this record is a 7.5 out of 10. I enjoyed a lot of it, and it's not perfect by all means, and even some of the songs I do like may have moments that I don't necessarily find great, but this album, for the most part, kept me interested all the way through, and even the acoustic track Far From Heaven had nice vocals and great piano, but again, I think it's just the fact that it really didn't do anything, it kind of stayed stagnant, was the main problem with it overall. So yeah, that's my take on this album. When you're able to hear it, you can tell me in the comments below what do you think, but until then, I do have a change in my schedule. I was originally going to do this album review tomorrow, and then do the AJR album review on my other channel, Austination TV Reloaded, tomorrow as well, but with me being able to do this album review today, the AJR album review will now be moved to this channel tomorrow, so expect that here. You're probably not going to hear good things, but whatever, I don't care. But yeah, that does it for me. Stay safe out there, wear your mask, and until then, I will catch you all in the next one.